Chapter 3. Dead Men Inside Tell No Tales. There's a huge difference between people who drift and those who don't. One is driven with some form of purpose, and the other is purposely wasting it away. It doesn't matter your age or how bad life beats you down, you can turn things around. Here's the difference, though. You've been doing it your way for a long time. You feel good, but it's not bringing you true joy or to the place of achievement that you really want. Time to change and do something about it. At some point, you must stop drifting along like you're still waiting for a miracle to happen or for someone else to notice. You know you feel the power of the universe calling you and drawing you towards something. Answer the call and stop being silent, because it's easier to ask for help than to create your own path. You were not created to just have enough strength to make it to work, do life, and then drag yourself through the weekend just to start over again on Monday. No, you were built to be amazing, but here's the deal. Sometimes the stars align and life falls into place. But let's face it, most of the time, coincidence is a result of your faith. It's a result of you using your gift and sacrificing today, knowing the outcome of tomorrow is not known. Life is energy, good or bad, and it's always moving. You must intentionally shift your perspective and attitude if you want to make your leadership and your relationships work to the fullest. My wife and I together have put many plans into action, from dreaming it up and making it happen. Aside from my insane pursuit in manufacturing and the success that has followed me there, my wife and I have taken on many adventures together. She would often say, "It's free to dream. It costs nothing to dream it up, so make it as big as you want." I wholeheartedly believe in that statement, and it's awesome to have your mind wander to the possibilities as you have a cheesy grin on your face. I want to change the landscape, though, going forward. This will be the last time you hear the word dream in that context in this book. I love dreams because they're the place you can go when everything around you is in distress. And as my wife stated, they are free. However, a dream has limitations, and unfortunately, my ambition doesn't speak the same language. My ambition has no limits, and a dream is nothing until it is put into a plan. Just like project, a process, development, or a vision, it needs a plan to make it come to life. Since the subtitle of this book states, "If not today, then probably not tomorrow," then I would say it's time we put a plan together and explode it into action. You were not created to waste away dreaming about everything trapped in your mind. No, you were made to use parts of your brain that only you and your Creator know about. A plan is never perfect, and it is good to change it along the way, but it's always a path towards positioning yourself to be in a better place. It becomes a plan when you abandon your dream and follow your passion. A dream could be what you enjoy, a job, an opportunity that fills a void, or a position to use your gift, but it's not really your passion. A dream is something you see and push for. You have a dream of one day, but passion is what drives you, what fuels and fires you up, something that lives and thrives inside of you, and you don't have to coach it into action. Follow what your heart really wants. Picture getting it, seeing it, loving it, and then decide if it really excites you or if it's going to bring fear. It's important to write what you want down and set a timeline on when you want to achieve it. This pursuit, though, must be a commitment or a promise that you make with yourself to hold yourself accountable. Will you die with honor and dignity, or as a broken soul that never saw the value in his own life to make it worth something in this life? Every day spent not pursuing your plan is a day spent where someone hired you to fulfill their plans. Your plan will feel like a moving target, but it's the thrill of the kill and chasing it that makes it fun. Your passion to always push yourself out of your situation you're in and find new life should never stop. I don't care if your plan is 20 years from now. Passion is that small voice telling you to challenge yourself and see what you are made of. Get out of your head and stop thinking about how unfair life has been and remain true to who you are. Be you. You will always have many times over where you straighten your spine, lock your shoulders back, and hold your head up to march forward through the day. On the outside, people think you have it together, but you feel like you're dying on the inside. The insecurities that have haunted you for years, accompanied with the fear of failure and frustration of not being where you want to be, will turmoil on the inside. It's okay. Trust me, I've been there, and those dark places only stay dark for so long. With each circumstance you overcome, a piece of that poison inside of you does die off, and it's good for you. It gets replaced with confidence or experience, which continues to be the foundation for your next adventure. I encourage you to recognize your gift as a blessing to not only the universe, but to yourself. I was so bent on trying to replace my scars, fill the voids in my life, and be acknowledged for the talent I had, that I'd missed the point of it all. If there's anything I can teach inspiring leaders, it's for you to find your place in this world, but appreciate the lessons it gives you. You will always gain something from these lessons if you're willing to learn. How can a man who never fulfilled his plans tell a tale? The story is dead. The energy in life told is everything that happened and everything that could have happened but never did. This message isn't for everyone. Some will choose to limit their ability or their situation. They will build walls to cage in their gift and then blame everyone but themselves. As the creator of the world in front of us, we are also the destroyer. It's a level of the mind that helps us understand good from evil, right from wrong, life from death, and average from amazing. This doesn't mean they are unhappy or not successful. Most can't find peace because their plan has been overshadowed by the pain and struggles of today. So what does tomorrow have to do with next week or even next year? Everything. If tomorrow's goals mean nothing today, then what are you fighting for? A man's plan is merely a foreshadowing to the realization that we are all but mortals and dust. Purpose isn't a time and place or a destination. It's created by your unique stamp. Your unique ability to take all of your trauma, your experiences, your love, and even your obsession for simple things and turn it into reality gold. All of this life can be changed and shaped into whatever you want it to be. No doubt it can be overwhelming and intimidating, but you had no idea how far you made it and how far you can make it in 10 years, but you knew you would be able to be in a better place. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, the power to transition and transform your life is worth more than just settling. What is a man if he gets to the end of his life and he questions his journey? Or he ponders all of the what-ifs and could have been situations that anxiously thought over but never saw it all the way through. New life must shed the old and renew itself. Allow no doubt, and every time it enters, you must crush it. Your plan will have you constantly on the run. Crush doubt immediately. Think of a forest fire. It burns and destroys. The land becomes desolate and dead, but new growth emerges higher and brighter, and proof that being a fighter over just surviving does mean something. Be sure to challenge yourself to keep your frustrations and your feelings inside as you start this journey. Opening the door from failed emotional control allows others to destroy it. Silence becomes more powerful than any word spoken. Maintain peace and find someone you can trust as a mentor and not as a sounding board that will change your course of action. This could be a spouse, a best friend, or even a business partner, but there must be mutual trust and mutual respect for it to work. Dead Men Tell No Tales is a story of a life wasted with no purpose. If you are not living a fulfilled life, then you have little to offer this world. We are truly dead longer than we are alive, so you better get your mind right, get your body in shape, get your character cleaned up, and start appreciating every heartbeat you get. With each heartbeat comes a breath of air. We are all living miracles. The fact that the human body can even function like it does is a testament that we are all working towards something bigger than us. If we lost hope in ourselves and our future, then there would be no purpose. If we knew the outcome, then why would there be a need to create life through our existence? As quickly as the mind falls, it can also change everything for the better. Tell the amazing tale of your journey and see how blessed this life can be. Know where you stand in life. Let's explore how we build this amazing tale. Know and understand your allegiance so you know the difference between honor and ignorance. Understand the difference between pride and loyalty. Become unstoppable when you realize you do have control of your situations. You can be ignorant and prideful and suffer the pain, or you can live with honor and loyalty that guide you to work through the pain. When you go through the motions, you lose that day. When you lose that day, you lose the chance to gain the edge, gain momentum, and to learn something more. You lose the chance to learn something your competitor doesn't know or have. Set your goal and determine how many days you have left. Every day you set foot on the ground, you have a choice. It can be a good day or a bad day, it doesn't matter. It comes down to two things. How much are you willing to sacrifice knowing nothing is guaranteed? And will you believe the reward is always there, but it may not be the way you expected or wished for? Find the feeling, then fiercely fight with it. Imagine being frontline soldiers, the fear but the responsibility to hold the line, and then you realize you control the outcome. I always think about the Civil War coats lining up and taking their chance with a musket-led ball. Are you nuts? Life is the same. You can't just charge it like a wrecking ball and expect something beautiful to end up afterwards. You must tear it down, Clean up the mess and build it back stronger and better than the last time. You must play smart, but also play your opponent. How many actually play their opponent? How many even understand who their opponent is? I imagine few actually understand this level, so they just survive. No doubt, sometimes that's where you're at, but it should never define you and for sure should not be the end of you. It's awesome to learn personalities, behaviors, weaknesses, but it's hard when you're left to lead and manage these weaknesses. So, if you don't let the bad define you, what will you let determine who you really are? How will you know? Dig deep to find those feelings buried inside that peak when you feel your best. Our insecurities are terrible because there is so much influence and power given to them that most don't realize they are consumed with their own problems. So consumed that they don't realize their own flaws. Perspective is peace because the problem is already in the past. I've asked many people over my lifetime a very simple question. Do you still have goals? What happened and what's your plans? That simple question always gets people stuck because they know they should have kept going or that they're just kind of going with the flow hoping things work out. I found out that everybody has a story, and when you ask them what they're doing with their life, they really don't know. Life has beat them down to the point they just don't know anymore. Putting your life in harmony is one of the key steps to finding fulfillment. You will struggle, but you must find a strict routine and give yourself time to change, to feel it, and to believe in it. You can't cold turkey everything and expect life to be harmonious. It's a rhythm, like a song. The beat is good because it feels good. It touches the soul, and then at the right time, it's climatic, and it means something to you. Let your story be the same way. Mark today as the day that you let go. Let go of everything and cry out, enough is enough. What are you hungry for that will satisfy that burning desire that you can't get rid of? What do you want? What are you expecting to happen to you? The answer to all of your problems is just on the other side of the door, and you have the key, but it's on a keychain with 999 other keys that don't fit. Did I mention you only have so much time to get it open? Imagine how frantic you would be to try and find the right key with the limited time you have. With each failed key attempt, your aggression gets more and more and your focus lessens because you're thinking about the next key before you finish that one. What if you got through all 1,000 keys and the door was still locked? How many of us have bulldozed our way just to start over again? We all want our moment, our mission, to be meaningful, to not only bring value to our own lives, but to those around us. We should stop seeking temporary fulfillment. When our time comes and we put in the work, we've prepped, we've learned, we've failed, then there will be no hesitation because we will know. Right now, I know you need a little help, but you need to know that you're not forgotten. If you push through this and you go big, you will get big. Stop asking and asking. Get out there and find it. If something was lost, would you call for it one time and quit? No. You would do whatever it took to find it. Overcome your fear of failure and your fear of what if. Today you change. Pull out that inner doubt and let loose your unique gift. Take a hard look at how complicated life really is and what it takes to just survive. This mission should not be taken lightly. You can be that light if you're willing to listen when you're supposed to listen. Speak when you're supposed to speak and help when you're supposed to help. You should be honored to be chosen, and you can't talk yourself out of what you are called to be. There will never be the perfect time, enough money, or even life slowing down so that you can jump right in. The only way it works is when you force your will on this universe and allow the universe to come to you. Think of a puzzle and how beautiful it is when it's all put together. But what if the puzzle was missing a piece right in the middle? Would you still admire its beauty, or would you focus on its one missing piece? Would you wonder where that piece is or why it was never found to make the puzzle complete? Our drive to make sure we use our gift to the fullest is that missing piece in that puzzle. And we can choose to admire it as it is, or we can find that piece with a relentless pursuit. And just like art, when it's complete, it's not finished. If you think about the art of war, realizing that the war is between our ears, you can quickly see how so many end up the way they do. No motivation to beat the circumstance they are stuck in. You can't just go through the motions because life is short, and you must respect the true value of your gift. It can't be based off of material things. So ask yourself, are you going to sit around and wait to die, or are you going to live life knowing that you are intentional and not accidental, and that there is a place for you in this world. Ask yourself, what do you really love? What do you think about the most that matches your personality type and fits your ability? Part of this process is being honest with yourself on what your ability actually is. It doesn't mean that you can't gain new skills and abilities to elevate yourself, but remember, if motivation must be forced daily, then you'll never make it. There are so many paths in life that lead to emptiness. Having wisdom is one of the most undersold traits known to mankind. In its entirety, you will not find meaning in life through knowledge, money, pleasure, work, or even popularity. Satisfaction comes from knowing you're going to do everything you can with the time that you are given to make this world a better place. You must free ourselves from the scramble for power, approval, and money and draw closer to that deep connection the universe is calling us to. We all know, though, that money makes the world go round, and having money means you are financially stable. Being blessed and having money is not the curse, but it's everything you become that determines its meaning to this life. You've heard the stories many times over that some of the richest people in the world are so stressed out that their health deteriorates, or they've lost all their relationships because those were put last. You've also heard that even the poorest person can be happy because they're not overwhelmed with the pressures of life or society. Refuse to be a dead man inside and live out that wild, crazy tale to the fullest. I challenge you to seek wisdom, seek humility, but know that we were not put here to eat, sleep, and die. Get your priorities in line. Be grateful for everything that is given and be a warrior in this amazing life. You must have a balance of emotions and think through your decisions. Don't be reckless with your decisions, or it will cause consequences you will spend years recovering from. Luke 12:24 through 26. Consider the ravens. Do they not sow or reap? They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable are you than the birds? Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest?